All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor Tham Yad, La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Rachak, Wadash. And honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone to rule well, and peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, Yashar Allah. All right, this lesson I'm going to be reading through, just real quick, I'm going to read through Isaiah 34. This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. All right, that reminds me of the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. All right, verse 3, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, which is going into the mushroom cloud. And all their hosts shall fall down, as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which is Greek for Edom, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And right there, I don't know if you can see it, right under, it's got to focus. Okay, maybe it won't focus, but right under verse 6, it says Isaiah 63 and 1, all right, which is going into dyed garments from Basra, all right, Yahweh Shai. But that's a heavy chapter, you should read that. But anyways, verse 7, and the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. All right, this is talking about America. All right, verse 10, it shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. Verse 12, they shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all her princes shall be nothing. Verse 13, and thorns shall come up in her palaces, nettles and brambles, and the fortresses thereof, and it shall be an habitation of dragons and a court for owls. This is talking about it, America being laid desolate by nuclear missiles and becoming a desert, all right? And it's going to be a habitation of wild beasts and such. Verse 14, the wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island, and the satyr or satyr shall cry to his fellow. The screech owl also shall rest there and find for herself a place of rest. There shall the great owl make her nest and lay and hatch and gather under her shadow. There shall the vultures also be gathered, every one with her mate. Seek ye out of the book of Yahweh and read, which is the scriptures. All right. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate, for my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them. And he hath cast a lot for them, and his hand hath divided it unto them by line. They shall possess it forever. From generation to generation shall they dwell therein. All right. Now that reminded me right here when it said, in verse 16, it says, no one of these shall fail. That reminds me of, Salaki, I gotta take this. Using that as a stand, but I need this. All right, whatever. All right, we're just gonna go with what we got. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9. Wait, is this what I want? No, not 9. I think it's 15 then. 2nd Ezra 15. I'll start at verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. All right? Cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Let me just fix this real quick. All right. What's faithful and true? The prophecies. All right. One major prophecy is America being laid desolate by nuclear ICBM missiles. All right. In the near future. In the near future. All right. Just watch. Just watch. I'm going to get more scripts on that. This is Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. And then this is Zechariah 14 and 12. And, you know, if you haven't yet, go on YouTube and type in Terminator 2 nuclear scene, all right, to get a visualization of Zechariah 14 and 12, all right? And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. So they're going to get melted. All right, they're going to get melted. Which is, I personally believe, getting hit with nuclear missiles, you know, that's coming is going to be the worst death of all time. All right, like it's going to be the most painful. Because when you think about it, you think, okay, well, you're just going to get turned into ash. You're just going to get obliterated. I don't think it's going to be like that. All right, it's going to be utterly terrible, man. Okay, we can go to Revelations. It's Revelations 18 and 4 down to 10. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. All right, which is her is not talking about an actual woman. All right, he's talking about America. And that biggest plague, like we just read in Zechariah 14 and 12, is those missiles. All right, that's the ultimate plague. That's the final plague. Just like with Egypt, the last plague was the firstborn dying. All right, so the last plague here is going to be nuclear destruction. Verse 5, For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. Verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Because that's a lot of missiles. We're talking about 200 million. All right? That's a lot. And that's a lot of land to cover too. A lot of land to be destroyed. So you better believe there's going to be a lot of smoke, man. All right. Verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, At last, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So it's going to take 1 hour for America to be utterly laid waste. All right, to be done with, to be crossed out. Completely laid desolate. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming day of Yahweh, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. All right, so you got to be the best you can be, man. All right, you got to be the best person that you can be through the Spirit. All right, you need to make sure that you're doing the work. You need to make sure that, you know, you're going on the highways and byways, you're pushing out YouTube videos, you're studying, fasting, praying, constantly, consistently, all right? But you got to have balance, of course. We don't encourage people not to be balanced because you're going to bug the hell out, all right? You need to balance. But I just want to go through that quick. So with that said, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor tam yad la Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Waharacha, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone to rule well, and peace and blessing, salutations to the hopefully elect of the nation of Israel, which is Yashar Allah. All right, so shalom.